Hi, welcome back to another 90 Day Fiancé recap. Let's talk Love in Paradise Season 4, Episode 10. Do you know what that means? Episode 10, that means we are at the season finale. That makes me so sad. I was really enjoying this series. But I do have to admit, I feel like 10 to 11 episodes is the perfect amount of episodes per season. Unlike every other 90 Day spinoff where they have 25 episodes plus a 4 to 5 part tell-all, plus the episodes are 2 hours long. I mean, that is ridiculous. I'm holding on by a thread with HEA. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this episode's recap, and let's start with Kyle and Anie. So Kyle and Anie want to meet up to talk about the state of their relationship, and they need to talk about how they're going to move forward. So Kyle gets ready for his date, and he's wearing the same exact outfit that he's been wearing for 7 days in a row, including his socks. Did you guys see how he found his dirty socks on the floor and he picked it up and he put it by his nose to sniff it? He was like, oh, doesn't smell that bad. And he puts them on his feet. I mean, honestly, I am not surprised. I am no longer surprised by anything this guy does. Kyle and Anie meet outdoors at some cafe, and he gives her final decision. I am not going to give up my hobby and passion of natural insemination for you. And Anie's just kind of shocked. She's like, really, Kyle? Really? I thought you really cared about me. I thought you loved me, but you selfish prick, you don't. All you care about is yourself. And he goes, okay, well, what about your ex-boyfriend? All right. And he basically tries to use that against her, even though it really is a non-issue. Deflection 101.
I just think that there's still issues with your ex. I mean, I just feel like you kind of cheated on me then because I was here.
No, I'm not cheated. Yeah.
You would have. I don't believe that.
But you choose the nation over me,
I don't believe that. I don't believe you.
And Anie finally realizes Kyle is an actual creep, okay? And Kyle has some serious issues. Yeah, he needs to seek help, professional help for his, fetish, for planting his seeds everywhere. I mean, it really is a problem. He is, in my opinion, a danger to society. So yeah, Anie actually leaves. She leaves his ass. And while I'm very happy for her, I still can't get over how she banged him raw. Okay, unprotected. No casing on the sausage. Like, how did she let that happen? What the hell was she thinking? Or was she thinking?
I don't want to have a baby with Kyle. Definitely not.
She knew this about him, his donating kink, and he told her that he wasn't going to be able to give it up for her, and she still let him have her cookie. Why? I'd understand if she were an immature 21-year-old, but she's a grown-ass woman. If I were her, I'd be mortified. Almost as mortified as Kelly, aka Disco Mommy on MILF Manor this week. Side note, if you watch or may not watch MILF Manor, in this week's episode, they played a game of Truth or Dare, and Kelly dared a guy. She has a crush on a guy who's 25, 30 years younger than her. And she dared him to dry hump her like he really wants her. First of all, that is so embarrassing. The fact that she would even dare somebody to do that in front of everyone on a game in front of all the cameras, that in and of itself was so embarrassing. But then on top of that, the guy was like, no. He rejected her dare. I mean, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. And the fact that this is on national TV and it's recorded and anybody could access it and watch this over and over again, it is mind-blowingly cringy. I don't know how. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So that was so cringy, by the way. If you want the full recap, go to patreon.com/mythoughts. But yeah, that was so cringy. And then now we have Anie, who freaking got into bed with Kyle, creepy Kyle. And it's known. Oh, I just hit my light. And it's known to everybody that they raw dogged. Ooh, gross. Gross. I don't know how I would live on. I think I would have to change my identity. I would have to legally change my name. I would have to get plastic surgery. I would have to change my hair color and live under a completely different identity. Kyle is still a creep. in my opinion. He's a loser, in my opinion. He's a predator, in my opinion, who preys on vulnerable women, in my opinion. He's gross, in my opinion. And when Anie broke up with him, he was like, I know this is sad, but the silver lining is, this means that I can make one more donation before I go home. Ew, is that all you think about, Kyle? Yes, it's all he thinks about. He is obsessed with it. Anie even said in a previous episode that all he does is he's on his phone all day looking to see where he can donate. That's disgusting. Because okay, I don't have to spell it out for you, right? So yeah, Anie gets to go back home and live her life with her son, and Kyle gets to keep on Kyling. Yeah, hopefully we never have to see him again, okay? Goodbye, Kyle! Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I was referencing The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills when Ken delivers that line, goodbye, Kyle, and that lives in my head rent-free. Moving on to Alex and Adriano, and I'm just gonna keep it short, okay? They broke up, and that's pretty much it. He actually tried to talk her into staying with him, and Alex was like, what's the point? You're always gonna want a threesome. I'm never gonna want a threesome, and we're just never gonna agree to that. And he was like, oh yeah, I guess you're right. And they break up. She cries a bunch. He's sad, but it's for the best. And God, Alex.
What do you want to do at this point?
I'm going home.
When she sobbed in her interview scene, I was a little concerned. I don't know if she was tired. I don't know, maybe she was hangry, but she really broke down. She was like hyperventilating, and I was like, somebody help her, okay? The therapist needs a therapist.
I can't do this. I can't do this.
By the way, oh my God, see, this is my brain bonking around everywhere again. All right, let's move on to, who else do we have here? Luke and Madelein. Yeah, they're fine. They're fine. She agrees to sign the prenup. He's happy. And he's like, I'm going to work really hard, Madelein. Okay, she's happy. He's happy. But she doesn't know if he's going to sign it, or she doesn't know if she's going to sign it if he doesn't come back to Colombia soon. You know, she doesn't want to do another long distance relationship for 6 months.
But honestly, I don't know if you're gonna to sign.
Luke is packing, and he tells her, I'm going to come back in a week or two. And she's like, okay, a week, or is it 2 weeks? And he was like, you know what? A week. Yeah, I can make a week work. And she goes, are you sure? And he was like, yeah. But then in his interview scene, he says he won't be back until one of his businesses take off. And if they don't, he won't be able to come, but he's going to try his best. Like, what the fork? So he lied to her. He lied. Why did he do that? I hate when people do that. Just tell me the truth.
Or I find a remote opportunity. It's going to be hard to come back, but I will do everything I can not to disappoint her.
Let's move on to Aaliyah and Shawn. Now, Aaliyah has a plastic surgery consult, and she takes Shawn along. And Aaliyah tells the plastic surgeon that she wants an ass like Kylie Jenner. Cool. At one point, Shawn said that Aaliyah is so lucky to be beautiful without plastic surgery, which I completely agree with. But then he was like, what if you ruin your beautiful face and I don't find you attractive anymore? What? It's not about you, Shawn. What the hell was that? That really rubbed me the wrong way. It's so weird because I was rooting for Shawn in the beginning, but the more you get to know him, it's just like, brother, brother. Like, every time you peel a layer, it just gets stinkier and stinkier. So yeah, I'm not Team Shawn anymore. I'm Team Aaliyah.
And I want to support her in becoming the person that she wants to, but I also need to be the person that I need to be, and maybe some of her choices will make me have to reevaluate if we're meant to be.
Okay, so Aaliyah takes off her pants so that she can show the doctor how she wants her butt. And when we saw her butt, it was the perfect butt. It was so perfect. My dream butt is her current butt. People would pay so much money to have her current butt. I can't believe she wants it bigger. It is so perfect. Well, the good news is they finally banged. Yeah, Shawn said it was pretty good. It was different, but it was good. And I'm glad that they got to bang just in time before he had to go back home.
Because we're different. So I think we had to find a new rhythm. It couldn't just be repeating the intimacy of Shawn and Douglas.
And that's the end. It's a wrap. Season 4 of Love in Paradise is done. It's officially over. I'm so bummed that we're not getting a tell-all. But you know what I'm super excited for? The other way. I'm so excited. So everybody mark your calendars. It starts next Monday, July 1st at 8 p.m. Woo! So the next season, we're going to see Indonesia, China, England, Turkey, Ireland, and Iceland. I can't wait. I'm actually really excited to see Indonesia and China. England I've seen, Turkey I've seen. Have I seen Ireland? I don't remember. I'm also excited to see Iceland. So I can't wait. I kind of want to do a, no, I'm not, no, forget it. Forget I said that. I was going to say watch party, but no, that was a disaster. And there's a cat. I don't want to do it. Please don't write in the comments that you want a view party. I'm not going to do it. Well, that's it for this video. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye. Wow, my ADHD is out of control today. You know, you have some good days and you have some bad days, and today is a bad day. And I'm unmedicated, by the way. I did try Adderall. I was prescribed it, and it made my blood pressure skyrocket, and it did not help me. It didn't help me enough for me to stay on it. I remember my friends used to take them, and of course it wasn't prescribed to them, but it was legitimate Adderall because it was prescribed to one of my friends, and he was passing them out. But I would never partake because it always scared me. So my friends, when they would take it, they would just focus for hours and hours. I remember one time my friend read a book front to back and wrote an essay in 9 hours, did not leave her chair. And I was like, how the freak do you do that? Because when I try, I can't even get through the first page because when I'm reading, my mind is already somewhere else. Like I'm reading the words, but my mind isn't taking in what I'm reading. Does that make sense? And so I struggled immensely in school, and I just didn't know why. There weren't enough studies done. Girls weren't being diagnosed with ADHD because they only, back then, I don't even know if they've studied how many women and girls they've studied, but back then they didn't study any girls. So they took all the symptoms of boys with ADHD, and if you didn't fit that mold, then you didn't have it. But girls, they show ADHD symptoms in a completely different way. They're not off the wall, bouncing, yelling, shouting, running around. No, their mind is though. So they could sit still. They might fidget. Like I was very fidgety. I am currently very fidgety. I cannot stand still, but I don't like bounce around. I'm always like shaking something. I'm always touching something. I'm always like doing something. On the outside, I look like I'm just very calm and focusing, but my mind is in 10 different places. I remember being in class and I would tell myself, I'd be like, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. And I'm like trying to focus on the lecture, but my mind is already elsewhere. And by the time I'm like, oh shit, I was supposed to focus, I don't know what the teacher said for the past 10 minutes. So that was on repeat. And it made my school life absolute hell. When I finally went to a psychiatrist and I got diagnosed as an adult with ADHD, and I got my first prescription of Adderall. I took my first Adderall, and in about 10 to 15 minutes, I felt like warm tingles spreading around my body, and it was just like a burst of happiness and energy that I felt, and I almost felt even more confident. It was the craziest feeling. Like I've never felt this way before. I was standing up taller, and it made me want to run outside. Like I was ready to run a fucking marathon, and I am not a runner. Okay, the only place I'm running to is to get good ass food. That's it. There's no way in hell I'm running. Okay, I don't even walk. I hate walking, but I do now that I have dogs. But I'm just not. I don't like to move around. Okay, I'm a couch potato. So can you imagine, like, a bitch never runs, but I take this pill, I feel confident, energized, happy, and I want to run. Like, it literally made me want to run. I was like, I'm ready to do my tasks, and I sit down and like open my planner, and I was definitely able to do stuff and focus better, but it was nothing like what I witnessed in my friends. Nothing. And like I said, did I mention it? My friends did have prescription Adderall from the pharmacy because it was prescribed to one of our friends in the friend group. And because that's what I was expecting for Adderall to do for me, I was just disappointed. And then my therapist told me that when a person with ADHD takes Adderall, it helps them to the point of like a normal brain, a person without ADHD. That's the goal of the medication. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not fair. So all my friends without ADHD, they get like these superpowers and I'll never get that. Yeah, this video might get demonetized, so subscribe to my Patreon, okay, and support my channel by supporting my sponsors. Anyway, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I went on a really long-ass tangent. I had another story time about the time I went to a casino with my... Okay, long story short, I went to the casino with my friends. My friends took an Adderall, and they were at the slot machine for 7 hours in a row. 7 hours straight. Okay, after 1 hour, I was pretty freaking bored. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get some food. I'm gonna go eat in the hotel and take a nap. I was gonna say fat and nap at the same time. And I was gonna say fap. Oh God. And then I tried to stop myself. So that's exactly what I did. I ate, I took a nap, I woke up and they still weren't there. I went back downstairs to the casino. They were at the same slot machine. Okay. And they were just like, they were like zombies. They were constantly pulling the lever. And I'm like, hello? Are we gonna go? And plus, I can see why Adderall is very addictive because it's that initial feeling that you get, the tingles, the burst of energy, confidence. Oh, that is dangerous. I don't even know why I started talking about this. I'm so sorry for that long ass tangent. Let's get back into the recap. Does anyone watch Couples Therapy? I heard it from the Raccoon Ladies. Reality Dumpster. Oh shit, what's her? No, that's another channel. Reality Dumpster Dive. Reality. I listen to them all the time and I cannot remember their name right now. Reality Dumpster Dive? Hold on.
A few moments later.
No, Reality Dumpster Dive is another creator who hasn't posted a video, by the way, in a while. I wonder where she is and what she's doing.
12 seconds later.
Oh my god, I'm blanking out. I swear I might have a neurological disorder. Ew, I hate hearing my voice. Wow, I've been having a lot of brain farts where I can't remember the word that I'm trying to think of, and I know the word, or I can't finish my sentence. I just stop. Should I go see a neurologist? Oh my god, I cannot figure out their name. And I listen, you know what? I'm subscribed to their Patreon.
3 weeks later.
Reality TV cringe. Oh my god. How did I forget that? Holy sh**. I'm so sorry, but my girlies from Reality TV Cringe, they're covering couples therapy. I don't know if it's just Patreon or their public feed, but I've been listening to their recaps and it sounds so good. Wow, my ADHD is out of control today.